At night, when the sea is completely dark, there stands a single lighthouse, a beacon of hope and direction. But have you ever thought about whether our minds need a similar light? A light to help you find your way through the rough waters of life? We're glad you stopped by the Stoic Lighthouse, beaming wisdom into the darkness of night. We will learn how the ancient theory of Stoicism can be that guiding light, a source of wisdom, strength, and inner peace when things are going badly in life. Join me as we explore the timeless teachings of Stoicism, shining a light on how they can illuminate our paths today, just as a lighthouse steers ships away from treacherous waters. 1. The essence of Stoicism, core principles. After delving into the rich history of Stoicism, let's illuminate its core principles, the very foundation that makes this philosophy a guiding light in our lives. At its core, Stoicism teaches us how to live in harmony with nature and figure out what we can and can't change. This ancient knowledge, which came from minds like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, is still useful today. To begin, Stoicism shows us how important virtue is. It is thought to be the best thing possible. Virtue isn't just being good, it also means living in a way that makes sense, is excellent, and is righteous all the time. Ability to accept is another core. Stoicism tells us to accept the things we can't change. We don't have to give up. We just need to be aware of our limitations and put our energy where it will make the most difference. Mindfulness is the next one. Stoicism isn't just a set of ideas, it's also a way of living. It tells people to always be aware of their thoughts and behaviors and make sure they are in line with the values of wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. Lastly, one of the most important Stoic ideas is resilience. Although life is full of problems, Stoicism teaches us to see them as chances to learn and grow, to be strong in the face of trouble, and to stay calm. These principles are not just abstract ideas, they are also useful tools. Their power gives us the tools to live more meaningful, peaceful, and satisfying lives, guiding us like a lantern at night. 2. The lighthouse metaphor. While we're learning about Stoicism, we come across a strong metaphor, the lighthouse. There is a deep connection between the ideas of Stoicism and this timeless sign of safety and direction in the vast, unpredictable sea. Think of the lighthouse standing alone and strong, its light a beacon of hope in the dark, leading sailors through dangerous seas. This picture really gets to the heart of what Stoicism is all about. Along the same lines that a lighthouse shows sailors the way, Stoicism shows us the way through life's often rough seas. Everyone goes through rough patches in life, times when things are uncertain, hard, and upsetting. Stoicism is like a guide for us here. While it doesn't stop the storm or calm the waves, it does offer a steady light, a way to deal with life's problems with calmness and clarity. The lighthouse's ability to stand strong in the face of strong waves is an example of strength. It stands for the Stoic ideals of sticking with something even when things get hard. Stoicism teaches us to keep our inner peace and calm no matter what is going on around us, just like the lighthouse stays still in the storm. Also, the lighthouse is a sign of direction and knowledge. Its bright light shows the way and keeps you safe in the dark. To the same extent, Stoicism's lessons light our way, showing us what we can control and what we can't, and leading us to a good and meaningful life. Let the Stoic lighthouse show us the way through life. We find the knowledge to deal with life's challenges, the strength to weather its storms, and the clarity to see the beauty in its calm and its steady light. It's not only a lighthouse at night, it's also a sign of how Stoic knowledge can change our lives for the better. Analogize the lighthouse. The lighthouse is perched on a rocky shore, and on a stormy night its beam cuts through the thick, scary fog. This lighthouse, which stays put no matter what, is more than just a building. It's a sign of safety and direction in the chaos of the sea. Lighthouses have been important navigational aids for hundreds of years, leading sailors to safety. Their light is a safe way to find your way, even when the sea conditions are changing all the time. The lighthouse is a sign of hope and direction even in the worst of times. Let's compare this to our own lives now. As a lighthouse leads ships safely through dangerous waters, so does Stoicism lead us through the rough seas of our lives. Stoicism is a source of wisdom and strength during times of trouble, uncertainty, and suffering. When we are feeling confused and hopeless, the Stoic principles shine brightly and give us a way to deal with life's problems. It teaches us to stay strong, find our way, and move forward with purpose and clarity. The lighthouse's steady light stands for the eternal truths of Stoic philosophy. We should strive for virtue, accept what we can't change, and work on finding inner peace. It tells us that we have a light inside us that can help us find our way, even when the wind blows hard and the waves crash. Let us use the Stoic lighthouse as a guide as we go through the ups and downs of life. Not only is it a physical beacon, but it's also a lasting sign of wisdom, guidance, and inner power on our own inner journeys. Importance of guidance. Let's think about the lighthouse as a metaphor in Stoicism, and then talk about one of the most important ideas in this philosophy: the need for guidance. Philosophies and wise words are more important than ever in a world full of difficulties and unknowns. In our busy, sometimes crazy world, it's simple to feel lost, carried away by the waves of life's changes and difficulties. Stoicism's wisdom shines like a beacon in the dark, giving us not only information but also a way to get through these rough waters. The ideas of Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus have been around for hundreds of years, but their lessons are still useful today just as they were back then. Their advice isn't just a bunch of ideas, it's a way of life, a way to make decisions that are in line with our highest morals and values. Stoicism gives us a way to think when we are going through hard times, uncertainty, and moral dilemmas. It teaches us to be happy and at peace in the present, acts as a guide for what we can and cannot control, and helps us understand what is within our power. Stoicism doesn't try to give you easy answers or quick fixes as advice. Instead, it's about being there for people when life gets rough, giving us the tools to become more resilient, face problems with a clear head, and build inner power is what it's all about. Let us follow the wise words of Stoicism as we go through life's complicated tapestry. This light, like a lighthouse's steady beam leading ships to safety, may it lead us to a life with meaning, balance, and deep satisfaction. 3. Stoicism in modern life. Practical examples. According to this quote, the timeless wisdom of Stoicism remains remarkably relevant as we navigate the complexities of the modern world. Let's look at some real-life examples of how Stoic ideas can be used to improve our daily lives. Think about the job. It's a mix of stress, schedules, and sometimes difficult relationships between people. In this situation, the Stoic advice to focus on what we can change is very helpful. Stoicism tells us to focus on our actions, reactions, and moods, instead of getting caught up in office politics or worrying about goals that haven't been met. For example, when faced with a tight deadline, a Stoic approach would be to calmly assess what needs to be done, prioritize tasks, and work diligently without succumbing to panic or frustration. Stoicism helps us deal with disagreements and keep the peace in our family life. Stoicism tells us to listen with empathy, reply with reason and calmness, and accept that we can only control our own reactions, not the actions of others. As an example, let's say you and your partner have an argument about money. A Stoic would talk to the other person about it, try to see things from their point of view, and find a solution that works for everyone without letting their feelings get in the way. Stoicism helps people deal with problems like fear of failing or worry about the future on a personal level. It teaches us to see problems as chances to learn and grow. Stoicism tells us to think about what went wrong, learn from it, and move on with strength after a loss, like a failed project or a job application being turned down. Stoicism gives us a way to live a more balanced and happy life in these and many other situations. It's about using what we have to its fullest, being good, and finding peace within ourselves amidst the chaos of daily life. Let the Stoic Lighthouse show us the way not only in theory, but also in the real world as we go on our trip. We gain the knowledge to handle the difficulties of life with ease, strength, and a strong sense of purpose through its light. Overcoming challenges. According to statistics, worry, anxiety, and problems are very common in today's fast-paced and often unpredictable world. We should look into how the old wisdom of Stoicism is still useful and can really help us deal with these problems. Imagine being under a lot of stress at work because of an important project or a deadline that is coming up soon. Stoicism teaches us to tell the difference between things we can control and things we can't. It tells us to put our attention on our actions and emotions instead of things happening outside of our control. By adopting this Stoic approach, one can manage stress more effectively, responding to the situation with calmness and clarity, rather than being overwhelmed by it. When it comes to personal problems like health issues or money issues, Stoicism offers a way of looking at things that is accepting and strong. It teaches us to accept the things we can't change and to get strong enough to change the things we can. When you are feeling anxious or down, Stoicism can help you feel stronger inside. We are told to be aware of the present moment, be thankful for what we have, and work on finding inner peace that isn't dependent on what's going on around us. On a larger scale, in the face of societal challenges and global uncertainties, Stoicism encourages us to contribute positively where we can, while maintaining equanimity in the face of what we cannot influence. It teaches us that true empowerment comes from within, from our ability to remain composed, to think clearly, and to act with integrity, even in the face of adversity. As we follow the Stoic Lighthouse, we learn that the best way to deal with stress, worry, and problems is to face them head-on with calmness, wisdom, and courage. This makes Stoicism more than just a theory. It's also a way to live a stronger, more satisfying life. Point 4. Key Stoic teachings for difficult times. Resilience and acceptance. On our journey through life, we often face rough patches that test our spirit and determination. Stoic lessons from long ago offer two very useful anchors in these times: resilience and acceptance. In the Stoic sense, resilience is not just being able to handle hard times, it's also growing through them. It's about being brave in life's storms and coming out better and smarter on the other side. Think about a story about someone who got through a big setback in their life, like losing their job or a relationship ending. From the point of view of a Stoic, this is a chance to start over, to think about one's values and goals, and to find a way to move forward with more purpose and understanding. Along with resilience, acceptance is another important principle. Stoicism helps us figure out what we can change and what we need to learn to accept. It takes wisdom to know that some things in life, like death and change, are unavoidable and beyond our control. To accept something does not mean to be passive or give up. It means accepting things as they are and choosing to focus on how we handle life's problems instead of wishing they were different. These lessons of strength and acceptance are more than just personal beliefs. They are guides for the whole community. They help us not only with our own problems, but also with how we deal with each other, especially when we are all going through hard times. Let us hold on to the Stoic virtues of resilience and acceptance as we cross the often uncertain waters of life. These techniques are not only ways to deal with problems, they are also ways to learn more about life and find peace and strength in any storm. Inner peace and control. In our exploration of Stoicism's wisdom for navigating life's storms, we arrive at two fundamental teachings: the mastery of our emotions and the cultivation of inner peace. The main idea behind Stoicism is that we should know what we can control. At the heart of this is the idea that we can control our feelings, not by ignoring them, but by understanding where they come from and choosing how to react to them. Think about a common situation, like a heated fight or a frustrating situation at work. Stoics teach us to take a step back, watch our first emotional response, and then choose an answer based on reason and virtue instead of our feelings. This mastery of emotions is not about being cold or uncaring. We need to find a place where we can use our experience, understanding, and logic between the stimulus and the reaction. The search for mental peace goes hand in hand with controlling your emotions. Stoicism tells us that peace doesn't come from the outside, it comes from inside. This is a state of mind that we work on no matter what else is going on in our lives. Stoics believe that you should keep your inner peace even when things are chaotic, unclear, or hard. Focusing on the present, being thankful for what you have right now, and accepting what you can't change are all parts of it. These Stoic practices, keeping your feelings in check and working on your inner peace, are not just ways to improve your own health. Their presence improves our relationships with others, our ability to bounce back from problems, and our general quality of life. Let the Stoic teachings of emotional mastery and inner peace be our guides as we go through the ups and downs of life. We find peace in the middle of chaos, strength in quiet, and power in living with a purpose in their light. 5. Conclusion. As we draw our exploration of Stoicism to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the key insights we've gathered from this ancient yet ever-relevant philosophy. Our journey started with the image of the Stoic Lighthouse, which stands for knowledge and direction in the rough waters of life. In the same way that a lighthouse helps ships find their way through dark, stormy water, Stoicism can help us find our way through life's problems. According to Stoicism, the main ideas are to seek virtue, know what we can control, and practice awareness. Not only are these concepts philosophical ideas, they are also useful tools for living a happy and balanced life. We saw that Stoicism is not just something from the past, but extremely important in today's world as well. Its lessons help us deal with stress at work, problems with family, and problems in our own lives. They lead us to inner peace and resilience. When things are hard, Stoicism shines even brighter, teaching us how to be strong and accepting, how to control our emotions, and how to find inner peace. These teachings tell us that how we deal with problems in life shapes who we are and how we live. To wrap up, let us remember the Stoic Lighthouse's wise words. In its light, we find not only a theory for all time, but also a timeless way to live wisely, bravely, and with peace of mind, no matter what hardships we face. Call to action. As we bring our journey through the teachings of Stoicism to a close, I invite you, our viewers, to a moment of reflection, a moment to ponder the insights and wisdom we've shared. Take a moment to think about your own life, the problems you face and the storms you safely manage. What ways might the Stoic ideals of seeking virtue, focusing on what you can control, and seeking inner peace change the way you see and deal with these problems? Imagine the areas of your life where choosing a Stoic way of thinking could help you see things more clearly, be stronger, and feel calm. Read the works of the great Stoic thinkers and talk with other people about their ideas. You will see how they can change your life. The Stoic Lighthouse shines like a beacon in the dark, so let the knowledge of Stoicism lead you on your way. Think and get better. Take these timeless lessons to heart to help you sail through life with grace and wisdom.